Today, the Locula Foundation is joining the rest of the world to celebrate International Women's Day. We chose to come to Suakoko to celebrate this day with you, our mothers, because you are all very important people in our society. And this is why we have come. Whether you come from Bonokalanshi, you come from Pitua, you come from Bangui, whether you come from New York City or you come from Nairobi, Kenya, the women of Liberia, even into the deep villages, you all have human rights. This is why we have come to celebrate with you. And because you have the same rights all other women around the world have, we have come to celebrate with you on the theme recognizing and appreciating all women's rights, because all women are human beings. Amen. So whether you come from here, like I said, whether you're a poor woman or you're a rich woman, whether you come from the city or you come from the village, whether you speak English or you don't speak English, whether you are black, brown, white, or yellow, whether you wear high heel shoes or you wear slippers, whether you work in the office or you sell potato greens in the market, whether you hold bank account or not, I've come to let the people of Suakoko, the people of Liberia, and all of us to let us know that all women's rights are human rights simply because women are human beings. Every year on March 8th, the world celebrates International Women's Day. This day is like a day of crusade for the protection and promotion of women's rights around the world. For me personally, on this day, the attention of the world is called to take concrete actions in order to recognize, respect, and promote the rights of women around the world. And by this, not only making speeches, but we should take concrete actions, including making laws to promote and protect the rights of women, so that people who beat our mothers, people who insult our mothers, people who think that women don't have rights, they should be prosecuted under that law. Yes. International Women's Day was first organized and celebrated on February 28, 1909 in New York by the Socialist Party of America. And since 1975, the United Nations have been celebrating this day. As people, organizations, and nations around the world celebrate International Women's Day, we from the Locula Foundation decided to leave the city with all its attractions and luxuries to come to this village, this town, Suakoko, in order to celebrate this day with you. This is why we selected Suakoko district to celebrate International Women's Day here for the first time in the history of this town. We have particularly come to recognize the good work our mothers have done to make this society, this community, and the entire Republic of Liberia a good country. Are we paying attention back there? Yes. I don't know about other towns in Liberia, but as far as I'm aware, Suakoko is the only town in Liberia that was established by a woman named Nesua during the 1900s. From that time up to today, Suakoko district has contributed to the rise of education, the rise of social, economic, cultural of all Liberians, whether it was from Cottington or from Phoebe or from Cary or from BCADP or anywhere else. Suakoko district has contributed a whole lot to the growth of Liberians. And everything came from one single woman called Nesua. So why not celebrate this woman to put a particular day aside to celebrate Women's Day in Liberia? So I encourage all you women in Suakoko district and elsewhere to stand up for your rights. I encourage our fathers, our brothers, our son in Swakoko and elsewhere to stop ill-treating our mothers. Stop beating our mothers. Thank you, Dad. Stop beating our mothers. Stop beating our mothers. Stop insulting our mothers. The same rights men have, that's the same rights women have. Women are the mothers of our society. Women have the same rights as men because women are human beings. Any culture or society that tend to treat women badly, I take that society to be barbaric and uncivilized. Therefore, therefore, as we encourage and support our young girls here in Swakoko, in Liberia and around the world to make their voices heard and play their role meaningfully, we cannot forget you older women. You older women, we cannot forget you people. Because you are the one who have made so many sacrifices to make us who we are and to make Liberia what it is today. Whether you come from the far village in Bonakalashu, like I said earlier, or even from the glamorous financial city of Manhattan in New York, past and present women, you laid the foundation for the celebration of International Women's Day. I want to let you know, you women in Swakoko, if they don't know your name in Monrovia, if they don't know your name in New York, if they don't know your name in Nairobi, if they don't know your name in Geneva, we know your name. At the same time, while we fight to recognize and respect the rights of women in everyday life, we also think it is important to recognize the roles women have played in building our country. While growing up here in Swakoko, I saw many of you older women here today, including my mother, selling potato greens, cassava leaves, palm nuts, firewoods. Thank you for that. The okra vine, smaller crops and vegetables. You people sold it in this town simply because you wanted to buy pencil and pen for your children to go to school. Many of you women here today deny yourselves of many social happiness. Some of you did not wear the best of clothes. Some of you did not live flamboyant life simply because you wanted to send your children to school with the little money you were having. Because besides that, you mothers gave good food to us to grow us. And I even remembered most of the friends that my mom was feeding to that house. Some of them she didn't know that, but I would only carry the friends during the late 80s and 1990s. I said, they are my friends. They are my friends. And she'll feed them. And I can see you men and women, women here, you did that. Children who came from Adonai, they came from Yangway, they came from Bonokashi and moved in this town to go to school and never had food to eat. You women, I know your help to feed them. And those children today, they are all baby people. You're making great sacrifices to society. So I think it is time to set day aside to celebrate the wonderful work you are doing for us. Today, many of the children you help are big people contributing in Swakoko. Therefore, as the world celebrates International Women's Day with speeches and hashtags, which I highly appreciate, we from the Locula Foundation decided to come here in Swakoko in this place to celebrate this day with you, and especially to encourage our brothers, our sons, our uncles to respect the rights of women. We also want to take this time to say that our mothers and sisters in Swakoko to thank you for the enormous work you have done. Women's rights, like I said earlier, are human rights. Therefore, They should be recognized, protected, respected, and protected and promoted at all times. As part of the body of law, like I said, I am thinking of engaging the national legislature to set a special day aside to celebrate Liberians Women's Rights Day. And it will have to have special campaign that we have to do in order to make this day successful. But pending legislation or this law, one thing I want to encourage all of us here is our communities, our families, which it is now time to start teaching our boys' children. The boys' children, it is now time to start teaching our boys' children how to respect the girls in the families, in the communities, and in the society. Because I believe that if a boy child is engaged or taught to respect the rights of girls at an early age, that child will be growing up to respect women at an older age. So we should not wait for our boys' children to get older before we tell them about the rights of women. We should start teaching them now. That it is time now, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years old children, boys' children, we should start teaching them the rights of women so that when they get older, they will be able to respect women's rights. As I conclude, I want to thank all of our mothers in Swakoko district, Liberia, around the world, for making our society a great society. I encourage our mothers across Liberia, whether you are in the deepest village in Grand Bassa County or the far away town in Kulahun, I want you to continue to stand up for your right. Because if you don't stand up for your right, people will deny you that right. So make sure you stand up for that right. Send our girls' children to school. Let our girls' children know that they too can become president, prime minister, and secretary of the United Nations. So we should send our girls' children to school. As I said all of these, I think I have come to say thank you for the big work you have done. I don't have money. I don't have any other support that I know of. But this is a kind of work that I've been doing with the support from my family, my wife and children. Sometimes we don't have money home, but I want to pay the tuition of a girl I met along the road who came from school. She said they threw her out of school because no tuition. I will take our full money and go pay that child tuition. Sometimes we don't have food at home. I did not come here to you people because I have money. I don't have money. But I've come to say thank you through my family and some friends around the world that I know. We have come to say thank you. So based on that, my family and I, we have put together small rice, just 4 cups of rice each, 15 pieces of crown vita cube, crown, and so y'all who can cook your crown, daga crown vita cube, 2 pieces of soap, 2 bags of salt, just to get. And Nako is a high good salt. It's not a small BB, it's not a BB salt. It's a big brand salt. The one is sell for $150. So that's what we eat in our house. What we eat in our house, that's what we decide to give to you. Not what we don't eat. There are some people here I know they don't necessarily need these things. But they have come just to share with us what we have brought to share with you people. And as you take those things, we just want you to pray for us so that we will do better, we will do more to continue to recognize the rights of women here in Swakoko, in Liberia, and around the world. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for telling the men the importance of women.
All right, quickly. Hello.